The topic for today is mass and weight and also the various systems of measurement. Okay, so let us first understand what is a mass. Okay, so let us study what is a mass. The amount of matter present in a substance is called mass. So whatever matter is present in any substance, like for example, if I have this box, okay, now this box has how much amount of matter in it, that is called as mass. Okay, now mass is a scalar quantity because we don't need any direction to describe this mass, right? I don't need any information regarding direction if I want to explain a mass of any object, and hence it is a scalar quantity. And then units of mass are gram and kilogram. Okay, it may sound similar to the weight, but it is not similar to the weight. Let us understand what is weight. Now, weight is the gravitational force that acts on a mass. So suppose if I place any object, suppose if I place this object, okay, now suppose when I place this object here, so if I am holding it, what will be its weight? Its weight will be the gravitational force with which the earth is pulling it towards its center. That is going to be the weight. The weight of our body is also measured in a similar manner. It is a gravitational force that is acting on our body to pull it towards the center of the earth. So mass and weight may appear similar, but they are not similar. Okay, what else do we need to understand regarding weight? Let us understand. The weight of the object is actually the gravitational force by which the earth attracts the object towards its center. This we will have again in 9th standard and 8th standard. Okay, weight differs at different places on the earth. Now, this weight will differ at different places. At poles, the weight will be different, whereas on the equator of the earth, the weight of a body will be different. I'll tell you why. Actually, the earth is not exactly spherical in shape. Yeah, it's not spherical. It's slightly elliptical, or you can say oval in easy words to understand, like oval in shape. So because of that, what happens? The distance from the center of the earth towards the pole or the equator will not be same. Okay, for the distance of the center of the between the center of the earth and the pole will be different, and distance from the center of the earth to the equator will be different, because it's not exactly spherical. Spherical means round, right? If it could have been round, then the distance from the center to any part of the earth would have been similar. So therefore, if you go on a height, what place you are in, your weight can change. Then next, weight is a vector quantity because it is dependent on the direction, as I told you. Okay, and then the unit of weight is Newton. So the unit of weight is Newton. Okay, now let us proceed ahead. Mass and weight comparison. Now look at this picture. Okay, this will help you to understand in a better way. Now mass always stays the same. Okay, the mass always stays the same, whereas it changes with the gravitational force. See, mass of the object will always remain the same. The amount of particles that is there in any object will remain the same, whether it is at any place. Okay, but see, when you are standing on the North Pole or on the South Pole or on the equator or anywhere in between, the amount of matter that is there in your body is not changing. Okay, so that is a mass, but your weight might change. So weight changes, but mass does not change. Mass is measured with balance. You can see here that mass is being measured with balance. Here this is a balance. With the help of balance it is measured, whereas this is the spring balance. You all might have seen this while measuring the food grains. The gunny bags of the food grains are mostly measured with the spring scale. Then mass is measured in kilograms and weight is measured in newtons. See the difference, 1 kilogram, and then this is measured in newtons. Now mass of an object can never be zero. Why, children? Because any object, suppose a pen, or a rubber or any eraser or whatever object you take, there will be some amount of matter in it, right? So it cannot be zero. But yes, weight can be zero. Now when can a weight be zero, children? See, if you go beyond the Earth's gravitational field in the space, if you go in a space, there is no gravitational force. So you might have seen those astronauts flying inside. Yes, their shuttles, inside their shuttles, they keep on flying. Why is it so? Because there is no gravitational force there. So there your weight can be zero because there is no gravitational force, so no weight is experienced, right? So this is the difference between them. Mass can never be zero, but weight can be zero. Now, mass and weight, they have given you a nice comparison. We'll just see that. Now see. Now, when you're standing on the earth, your mass is 70 kg, and also when you're in space, then also your mass will be 70 kg. But your weight might differ. See the weight, 686, and here 0. Why is it so? Because on the earth there is Earth's gravitational field, but in the space there is no gravitational field, and because of that we do not experience any weight. But that does not mean that you have shrunk yourself or something like that. You have become smaller in size. Is that so? In the space, do you become like that? No. It's only because there is no gravitational force. You don't experience your weight, you don't feel your weight. So mass of any object is the amount of matter that an object possesses, whatever matter is there inside the object, and weight of an object is the force acted upon that object due to gravity. So whatever force is there on the body due to gravity is the weight of any object. Now next, we'll now proceed towards the SI, MKS and CGS system of units. Now what is this, children? See, normally we need to understand first what is a standardized measurement. Now it is not scientifically correct to measure the physical quantities like length, mass, weight. All these are physical quantities. So it is not scientifically correct to measure these physical quantities without any standard method. Standard means all should follow the same method. Okay. Hence, to keep the uniformity of the measurement, there should be some uniformity. Okay. So suppose if I am selling a food grain, so I'll sell it in kilograms or grams, right? So that if I am following that method, everyone should follow that method only of using the same unit. Okay, so we all have to follow a standardized method of measurement, and for that accurate and standard measurement, every physical quantity is measured in a standard and specific unit. These units, like kilograms, grams, liters, milliliters, centimeters, seconds, temperatures, Kelvin is there. So all these units which I am talking about, these units have been fixed. They have been standardized. Okay, and means if I am asked what is the time, I'll either say it in hours, minutes or second, but no one says 260 minutes, right? We use a standardized method. We'll see that in detail afterwards, but with that we'll be studying in what is SI, MKS and CGS system of units. Okay, now what are these various systems? These are the various methods by which we can use the units. These are the groups. SI is one group, MKS is one group, or CGS. So you can follow any one group for measuring your physical quantities. Now out of this, SI is the widely used and internationally used system of units. Okay, it is the same throughout the world. Okay, so MKS and CGS is what in MKS, M stands for meters, K stands for kilograms, and S stands for seconds. M stands for meters, K stands for meters, okay, K for kilograms and S for seconds. Whereas in CGS, here it was meter, here it will be centimeter. Here it was kilograms, here it is grams, and here it was seconds, it is also seconds here. So these are the three system of units that we are going to see. but normally we make use of SI units. Okay, now SI MK series. For example, see here the length, the unit of length in SI system is meter. For in MK system is also meter, but in CJ system the unit of length is centimeter. Similarly for mass, the SI unit is kilogram. For MKs also it is kilogram, but for CGS it is grams. And time, say it is second for all the different systems of units. We'll be studying about this in detail and using these units in detail when we go in higher classes. As of now, what you need to understand, there are three units, system of units. Okay, CGS. In CGS, C stands for centimeter, G stands for gram, and S stands for second. In case it stands for M, stands for meter, K stands for kilogram, and S stands for second. And SI is a widely used and commonly used system of units.